Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Free Enterprise After Dark. Wait, we can't do that, can we?
No, I don't think we can. We wish we could.
Okay, well, as long as we can't do that, I guess we'll just come in and do our normal race here, Game 2, with Coffee and Chocobos and Possumorpheus. I'm Nightdew, this is Tybalt, and that's Free Enterprise, rating with 53 people. How y'all doing? How was that race? Don't tell us, we can't know. There's newspapers involved.
So how you doing tonight, Nightdew?
Tired. Other than that, pretty good. Definitely want to see this race. Don't have an official rooting interest other than Game 3.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. We won a Game 3. I heard Game 1 was quite a bit of a nail-biter. There was some back and forth, so definitely with these runners, they're both amazing runners. We like to see some things most people may not be able to do, which, both Possum and Coffees and Chocobos they blow my mind sometimes with what they can do.
I have given up trying to beat Possum in this randomizer and have gone to other randomizers to try and do it and have limited success, so hey, that's nice, but yeah, these two are kind of some of the biggest names here in Free Enterprise, so yeah, I know I've been here for forever and everybody just passed me by. What are you gonna do? But anyway, we've got a rows of starts. We have our normal set of objectives. We have Gilmock in the booth. We have NG Dave on the restream here. And I believe we're starting just a little bit late due to controller issues. I do believe those are all hashed out, thankfully. So we should be getting underway here in just a little bit.
Controller issues are never fun. You want to make sure your controller's working. You don't want it to die halfway through a race. It's like I've had that happen to me.
Oh yeah, I remember like my first controller was one of those aftermarket airflow never again, especially when the cords started getting really loose on it, and I started disconnecting and didn't know that SNES 9X, which is what I was using at the time, it had that little function where you could maybe like recalibrate your controller and had to do a few resets. That was not fun at all. So yeah, just kind of glad we've taken that little bit of time to get CNC here, because this late in the tournament, you don't want to see don't want to see hardware issues be anything that I can talk today. Anything that stops our runners from racing to the best of their ability. Yeah, that's it.
Definitely. I mean, I've had batteries die, so I make sure I have a fresh set in there.
Yes, the player 2 controller special, because how many of us in chat are definitely guilty of the, hey, my friend or person I don't like's coming over, let's give them the bad controller.
Okay, well, I think we're finally starting. You're going to see our partners and our starting kits.
We have Rosa, Kane, DKC handing over the keys to the castle and a low roll money kit for 33k.
Well, I mean, we have Baron, so we know where our underground access is gonna be through. It's gonna be through that Baron key, right?
Yeah, I mean, Cecil isn't even that bad there, right?
No, it's fine. Baron's fine. It's not a long check to go through.
No, I mean, all kinds of, wait, case summon's not on. All we have is one check there, one character, and a all expense paid ticket over to Castle Evelyn, as surprising nobody at all Possum's heading there, and I'm guessing CNC, with a little bit of delay, is probably headed there as well.
Yeah, Evelyn with its, even though we're running T-Pro here, max tier 5, 4 is or 5?
5, I believe.
Great loot here. It's been a while since I've ran these flags, so.
I know, right? CNC giving us the Baron play here, and spending that money early, grabbing a couple of black belts. I did see Ogre Axes and Long Swords available. Long Swords not so much big. Ogre Axes good for that Ogre there. We do see a Palom guarded by a Golbez and an Earth Hammer in Baron here, so not that bad here with CNC getting the early information.
And I probably wants to sell some things here, try and get a little bit extra to maybe buy an extra black belt. Yep.
Ditching some of those early, ditching some of those early Cure 2s, though. I guess with Rosa, that's less a thing. But yeah, three early black belts. That's interesting.
I mean, do you really need to heal up if you're taking out the enemy faster than they're dealing damage to you?
Not really, but CNC taking that Earth Hammer and that triple black belt heads straight to Hobbs. Says, Evelyn, we don't need to go there. I've been trying to kind of look at Possum here. That lightsaber's kind of nice, actually, but,
we can find a rune ring. Oh, we've got enough for the ogres here. We got a rune ring and some heavy armor.
Yep.
Sick Rose in the back row. She'll be fine. We've got the Dwarfax in the back row. And, oh look, Edge is on. Well, that's some early game power for this team.
Yeah. And
it's always up for debate. You know, do you check Hobbs early for a character? You go to Evelyn right away. You gotta get some early loot and maybe be able to take on the ogres. I don't think like Possum is right now.
Yeah, that Earth Hammer is kind of big there, but Possum will have, especially with some life glitches here, Possum will have the early XP lead here. Get Rosa to Berserk as fast as you possibly can here is definitely a thing. Even though that Edge is, as you say, probably the best character we want wielding this stuff we're collecting right now. So, especially with those early levels, it added strength that he's going to have to the table here. But I apologize for yawning here.
I mean, the other thing that Edge brings to the table is the early, you know, multicast flame. So you definitely, if you can take on like a gauntlet or multi-target boss fights and make those just a tad bit faster.
Yeah, that said, ogres did carry our hook this early here, so we're guaranteed already to. I mean, we're already guaranteed to make that check there. Kind of interesting that Possum could just go straight up, take that hook, see what's down below, maybe get a little bit extra looting in that way. Is going to go see Bedward here.
We do have a free key item here. You know, could be something like a Twin Harp or maybe early darkness. Truly, the world is our oyster as we have access to basically everything.
Only a lunar stick. Great for white magic. Not exactly what we want to see just right now. I'd rather see a silent stick because that actually hits weaknesses. But Possum is going to also does have that save there. Going to go check out the doggo here.
Yeah, it's a place that some people like to check the early doggo. Others want to save it until you do get the Earth Crystal. But I'm a fan of early doggo play.
Well, I mean, you're already here. Why not? You have a save down below, just in case this doesn't pan out, because a lunar staff isn't exactly your thing you want to keep right now either here. So I would assume Possum's probably going to be headed to someplace like Hobbs nearly immediately after that here. Shouldn't have too much issue actually taking out this flame dog. Yeah, there it goes, even with no ice weapons. So we do see a Val in an Antlion here, but we have a cane, so, and an Edge, so it really doesn't matter too much. But oh my, wow, that's useful.
Oh, I missed it. Was that an Excal or?
Oh, that was a spoon.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's value. And oh well.
Well, that's gonna get CNC going over towards Troya there. The Treasury is still the Treasury here, as Possum's gonna get that ninja. Gonna have that spoon for the Val fights and the other fight up here. But
yeah, it's gonna probably check on line and then go, I was just over there.
Yeah, a small bit of routing advantage over to CNC, even though Possum does have that hook already in pocket here. Bahamut should be one shot here, and yep, that's plenty to one shot Bahamut right there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the high attack power of the spoon. You combo it with something like, Possum's got the power staff, which gives some strength, so extra multiplier there.
Yeah.
And you're golden.
Whereas CNC will be able to apply 3 black belts to the person holding the spoon there for as many more multipliers as you can kind of stack on there, but is back-rowing Edge giving Edge the oh, like, wait a minute, he's like, where'd I put my power stack?
Yep.
But we do see CNC heading into the Treasury, objective number 1 here. Gonna rate this Treasury real quick. Already a lightsaber, another black belt key, because why not? Another poison axe, because also why not?
Dragon whip and a silk
Dragon
robe.
whip's nice, yeah. No heroine robes, so sad to see that, but otherwise fairly solid Treasury.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple extra dragon pieces in there, dragon armor for some moon trap chests, but that dragon whip being probably the biggest item in there is that having that dragon weakness on lockdown.
Yeah, Drain Sword for your eventual anchor here, although I would guess that both of our runners here with these 3 probably don't want to see themselves anchoring one of these 3 characters, and will probably leave it to party member 4 or 5, and CNC is going to head up. Gonna see that spoon, and I would also guess is gonna complete Zot's.
I was wondering, it's like, do you complete Zot at this point? You have the Overcrystal, you have more than enough power to complete it.
Yeah, I mean, with that Edge, with that spoon, there's not much that really stands in your way other than something really magically inclined at the second spot. But that said, especially when CNC gets the news of the spoon, which is coming up here, I'm pretty sure that's green light to go finish Zot.
And there he goes. Hey, what really could be a bit of a problem at the top here? Looks like Possum's going right over to at least turn in that Earth Crystal to check the Treasury. Seems to be a common thing of anything less than 45 minutes to an hour, you're gonna loot that Treasury for that early loot.
Oh yeah, and Possum's gonna get a little bit of repeat of the same stuff that he got out of Evelyn here. The Black Belt's nice, the Drain Sword's nice, the Dragon Whip is obviously really nice. So the big question now is, he's probably about that Mad Ogre's check down here, so they're probably pretty even. A couple shields if you just want to leave somebody for super defense there. The Gungnir's a good dart since Edge is around as well.
Chat brings up a good point of doing Zot will give you exit on Rosa.
Yes, that would be a definite thing. Yeah, that's something that probably would point Possum that way as well.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that of having an exit caster. I mean, you're not guaranteed to have Fu or Porum since we're running a max characters of 7. So you have a Rosa, get your exit.
Hey, speaking of things that Dragon Whip completely nullifies.
Aw, no dupes.
No dudes whatsoever. We'll see Possum, who I believe is running the same exact setup there, gets a little bit of a lower roll and gets a few dudes here.
Oh, there's Mega Sisters of the Dwarf 2 with a DKC.
I'm not unhappy to see, if I'm a runner, I'm not unhappy to see Mega Sisters in Dwarf 2, because they could be in a few other places where I really don't like them, but yeah, that's Cecil. We do have a Drain Sword. He could very much be our anchor here. But never mind, there's a perfectly good anchor right there in the chair.
Yep, yang. And this flag's are probably the best anchor you could ask for. He doesn't get anything from his weapon stats except for just the strength.
I'm surprised. I thought you wanted a fast anchor here, and DNC's put the slow anchor in the spot here. Hope you don't run into Golbez there.
We know where Golbez is. Golbez is at Baron in 1.
Oh, right. This is just a demist. special here with edge throwing, whatever. Yeah, apparently Possum did not equip that Dragon Whip and is just going with normal swings here, so taking a little bit longer, gets a few doots. But looks maybe to be a little bit better set up for the D-Mist here.
Yeah, trying to get a single cycle on D-Mist can be tricky. I mean, early game, it usually can be done, but sometimes you just don't have the power to do so.
Yeah, I thought I saw Possum loot out the Treasury, but people are questioning. Possum just apparently did not see the Dragon Whip out of it, even though it's probably maybe a bit superior to pair with the spoon than the Power Staff.
Yeah, I saw him loot the treasure. I don't think he swapped over, maybe thinking he had enough stats to be able to take on that Paladin there. Yeah, it looks like almost identical party setup here.
Yep.
Yeah. Starting Black Sword on Cecil.
Oh, that's nice too.
That's a nice weapon to have early on.
Although
wisdom,
yep,
ability.
Yeah, also something for Cecil to more just aware for the fights here, or even, you know, if we can get something with better attack power, Cecil and Edge are probably our quote-unquote sweepers with this group, but that's a legend sword that comes out of the Earth Crystal check, so a half of an objective here at Baron. CNC did see the Golbez, I remember, and wants absolutely no part of it in the Baron Inn, is walking right by it to head straight for the waterway.
Yeah, what you might be able to do, and what CC might be thinking is, you do Baron, you take a few, knock down a few characters during the 2 fights here, and if you're down to just 2 characters for taking on that Golbez, you don't have to worry about who's he going to take out. Is he going to leave Young up? Is he going to leave somebody that can't take on the Baron in 2 fight?
Or at least take the time to go flip random encounters on, walk around outside, knock over 3 characters, and then decide, and then leave the choice out of Golbez's hands, at least.
Yeah, we've got DKC, which is going to hit, all of our characters, so definitely probably some high level of knowledge there of thinking, hey, I can do this to make my routing more efficient.
Yeah, both of them probably really happy. I mean, the characters are a thing, but just making sure you get that, just getting that legend sword out of a Zot check that really isn't all that incentivized. Yes, there is a boss hunt out there, and yes, you do get eyes on 3 specific boss checks, but even then, it's a little spooky to go up Zot just for 1 key item. So to see it pay out is definitely a better thing for them. Possum says, here's Golbez. I mean, that's a Palom if you are Possum at this point. After knocking out at least the Yong here, sending Kane up in the air, sending Kane back down in the air.
Dave, I thought you were supposed to randomize this. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, that's just vanilla turtle there. If you're Possum, do you bring in the Quack Kid?
You can bring in the Quack Kid. I mean, if you're going to trade out anybody, it would either be DKC or Kane. You've got your sweeper with Edge, if you have enough stat boosting gear, but Quake is so much easier for that back half of Silk that you can Quake with. So, may take the PAL. Plus, you also get the warp casting from him that you can warp out of Luca if necessary.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think I would dump DKC at this point. We're not really planning on heading to the Accursed Mountain here. A Sid showing us our 7th character. That's interesting. And CNC says no to the Sid here, so we know all 7 are our characters already.
I'm a little shocked on the Sid dump there. Sid is actually really good in this way, I'd say.
Yeah, he very much is. Now I'm guessing CNC probably dumped Sid because CNC does not plan to likely do a lot more looting. Between that and Possum also probably doing the same, I would guess that the whole thing is you really want Sid to maybe have some agility, manipulation, maybe a heroin robe or two, get him off the ground. But yeah, he is really solid. Didn't see a power shirt come out of there. So yeah, CNC gonna drop more power over more power here and put on even more multipliers for Edge. Is still not going after that Baron in as Possum berserks a guard.
Yeah.
So we'll see how Possum goes to handle this. I did not see what boss that was.
It was a French vanilla. It was the Baron Guards.
Oh no, I meant inside Mist Cave. CNC resent out of it fast enough. I guess, hey, the pause wasn't there. Just a wizard shirt. And yes, Possum is ditching the DKC for a Quack Kid here.
Yeah, checking this Baron basement early on. I don't think we have any anti-mage gear for this gauntlet down here, but it's just an Azura, so we really don't care.
I mean, we still don't have any anti-mage gear, but Ogre Axe's Thunderclaws, Mute Arrows, and then Possum does see the Black Belt. Actually has more things to sell here. Is probably looking to cart more than a few Black Belts out of this area right now.
It's
just a casual 5, yeah.
Enough to finally, fill out 2 people. Both Kane and Edge are going to get those. And then my guess is he's going to go down into grab the hovercraft and go back over to Evelyn. I've raised Possum enough times. He is not one to do Baron.
I don't blame him there, and yeah, that's actually going to be a time save on in Possum's favor there. Isn't going to have that information to Sid, but I'm going to guess Possum is actually also much more likely to be happy with his party. I did see a key item come out of CNC, but it flashed by really quick, but Tracker says it's a rat tail, so I'm going to believe him.
Well, I mean, it kind of swings it back over to CNC, going to be able to pick up that hovercraft, turn on the rat tail before bringing it down here. Just kind of go back and forth, it's a hard thing to do to route this game. You see exactly what happens here, CNC went to Antlion first and got the Earth Crystal.
Yeah, the routing definitely seems to have helped CNC a little bit more than Possum at this point. Not enough to be a super extreme lead here, but it has helped CNC get slightly ahead at least. Again, not by much. Possum's going to go head up. Oh boy, a strength ring when we have all those black belts doesn't really matter, but so the question is, like you said, that Quake Kid gonna get some slingshot XP here, assuming he does stay upright.
I get some life quits. I think really he's gonna get the virus and probably finalize on the format ogre chest on the hook row, would be my guess.
Up. As it did need to knock out that Yang, but hopefully does get that as CNC does get the news of the hook coming in here. So key item parity again, pretty much achieved, as the rat tail will be coming from the Black Cat Lamias here, I believe. Actually, no, the
He's gonna be the strength.
the rat tail was on the other. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, the Stalman. Now, just shy of Quake.
Yep.
Oh.
Hey,
There's a sound staff
here, yeah.
So the question now is, like, Are you one to fade for Ghoul? Are you going to do everything on the overworld before you start working on the underground, or?
Yeah, you know,
You're
I
just
think a big thing of the Fade Fabul thing here is, now, if this were another set of seeds where magma was still a possibility, then maybe I don't. But I know for an absolute fact that it is impossible to pick up a magma key inside the pool. So honestly, there just really isn't that impetus to just come in and do it.
Right, but the thing is this. I mean, the other thing is we don't have other key items like Luca and the Tower Key. If we found darkness at Ordeals or for Ghoul, that kind of narrows down where that magma key can be.
Yeah. Now, in terms of routing here, so Possum could say, well, I'm already most of the way there, and I have this rat tail in my pocket. That might drive him to go do it, but again, at that point, and then even then, you get up there and sure, King hands over a pan and you're feeling really good about life.
Yeah, I did say before coming up here to turn the red tail, so more than likely it's just going to reset as soon as he sees the silent staff.
Yep, so never mind about that, it's just going to head underground. So CNC is up a Baron check. Possum is up a Baron in check, which is a little bit longer than you might think, because of CNC has scouted the couple of bosses in Mist and the Waterfall. I do not believe Possum has taken a look at those yet, although no gauntlet there at all. So if they kind of just run into it by virtue of running into it, well, nothing of value was lost here. Possum finds a second black sword, doing a little bit heavier looting over what CNC did, because CNC just ran through here. Did pick up another Earth Hammer as well.
Well, bit of a Spider-Man moment here.
And then, Young points at Yang merges into Yang. It's kind of creepy, but we're left with one Yang in the end. Which is really weird because he's on the ground and we're not really sure how he walked into himself.
Maybe he has an out-of-body experience?
Something like that.
I mean, both these runners are hot. I mean, Possum's hot on copies tail here. I mean,
yep, and as chat says, that last Staleman chest did turn the Quack Kid online. He does have his signature spell now. Not going to be a huge help against Mad Ogres, but will actually, say, let's say, obviously we see that Lunar Sparkle flying away there, but, should we run into, like, dolls at, anywhere required, that Palam's going to be worth a ton, as well as, like what you said, a little bit easier to get moving into just doing all the backup Sylph there.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, for me, it's like, it depends on how I feel. Like, right now, we've got 8 key items. There's a chance we do Tower right away, get 10, we'll go right over Sylph for right next door, and shore up our levels to make the rest of the seal a little bit faster. Some runners want to wait until you have 10 key items, some want to wait until you just want to do it right away. And it all depends on how you feel.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna go do Sylph and you want to do it early because you have that set up, that's fine, especially because, Sylph is going to give you a little bit of that springboard to kind of be moon ready. And if I want 10 key items for either Sylph or the moon, I'm going to take the moon every time, of course, but...
Yeah, and I know you can get your levels, finalize your levels later. So I think the 10 key item play for Sylph might be off the table with these runners. They can do low level strats.
Oh yeah, especially with the gear that's already been outlined to them. 2 sets of full strength gear with 2 berserkers, And really, all you really need is just the amount of. You need knowledge of the Z fight, which both of them have in spades, and you really need, your white mage, your healer, to just be able to survive. Rosa could do it, with enough white magic to cure 3s, or, actually just cure 3 potions. We did see Star Bales. Excuse me, we did see Star Bales in the Cave Evelyn shop as well, and, well, we all know what those can actually do here, so...
And got some lunars here.
Got some lunars, so that dragon whip coming back into play here. As if you just get somebody berserked with that dragon whip, which I'm assuming Edge has for CNC here, as down goes Yang there. Yeah, that's so Edge is hitting for 9ers. So here's the thing: he's gonna trip that script here. The viruses aren't too awfully bad. Okay, Edge does help out by hitting the correct one. Yes.
I mean, they're not that dangerous, but with our current health totals, they're just a bit more dangerous.
Yep. Now the thing is here that I do believe here that with Palom throwing out a Quake for about 3k on each of them. Edge might be able just to one-shot the 2 of them as is. Does need to get that Yang down pretty quick, and I do believe that's what Kane is spec to do here, as, yeah, that Quake did knock both the first Lunar down into one-shot territory. The second one does fire a wall off, and punches Palom on the way out, says, no XP for you. It doesn't matter that much, but
yeah, possibly get underground just about a minute behind CNC. So I mean, still relatively close race.
And again, with the checks that each of them have done over the other, it's still things. CNC drives the Falcon back up. Once the other back immediately, we do see, I didn't see it on CNC's, Possum showing us that Leviathan is the boss of Upper Babel here, as CNC is back in front of Baron, has a couple people down, and is saying, okay, now it's time to go see Golbez.
Yeah. You gotta remember that what you faded, so you can go back to it later. And, man, hey, I've got a perfect party set up. I can just have 2 people up. I don't have to take a random encounter.
It has enough time to down Kane and mute his party, so the hold gas isn't going to be a thing either. Neither will the back half of this, if I recall right, as Possum is headed straight to the Fame Arch.
Yeah, it looks to be going after the coveted Warriors chest.
Yep, and again, no reason not to do it at this point. Has plenty of black magic on that Palom here. So the thing is, CNC is going to get access to Palom. Not sure if CNC is going to take the Palom, as Possum does have that Kid Quake ready already.
Yeah. The one thing here is that if you have gauntlets at one of the King or Queen spot, you should be able to take it on if it's down here.
Yeah, with that Silent Staff and Edge being what he is, yeah, Edge should have enough that, I mean, yeah, you're going to see the clappers at the end, but Edge should be able to one-shot all of the sorcerers on the way to the clapper fight.
I don't think Possum has a Silent Staff. He reset out of the rat tail.
Oh, he did, that's right. Demon's Sword isn't terrible. It might be a minor upgrade to our party's offense here. Is ignoring every other chest here. Possum likely done looting as I figure here. Well, that is an objective at least. So, yeah, Possum just gonna come down here, get news about that. That looks like a Leviathan and a Mylon, or Leviathan. No, that looks like a Ruby and a Mylon robe, both of which we say, no thanks.
And right back up to south. Now, do you do the front half first or the back half first?
I think I did the back half first, just in case I run into Pan.
Yeah, making sure you have that pan before you go down that front half to be able to bonk it on your way out.
Yep, CNC is headed up Lower Babel here, and looks to just be heading straight there. It didn't seem to hit the eyeballs on the way up either.
Yeah, not a single eyeball taken out.
Yeah, it is not hitting the eyeballs, just going straight up.
Maybe he hits him on the way back down?
It's kind of weird that you don't, honestly. I mean, but that's kind of... That is a little bit weird here, as Possum is going back end here again. Like I said, Poison Treasury, you know, I would be definitely interested in just seeing what I could get out of that. If it's a pan, great. If it's not, well, it could be something we're going to get some XP anyway.
Darkness, adamant, like any of those items. Oh.
Yes.
The amazing Artemis arrows.
In any other flag set, you love to see them. In this one, you wish you could just dart them at enemies with, like, actual darts.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that half the items are, like, not really useful. Possum making quick work of these ghosts back here.
Yeah, Possum knows exactly what to do for these here. Wonder if he's got much in the way of MP recovery. I know he did use a tent outside. I did not see just how much Palom had. I'm going to guess it's not really a huge matter here, especially with the, Oh, hello.
Hello, Avenger. Oh, definitely has enough, magic power for the rest here.
Yep.
We got the Avenger, a really nice item.
Yep. So, Angry Stick acquired, likely going to be left on either Edge or Kane for the rest of the game here. Probably something to pair with that spoon. Did pick up another Lunar Staff, so the Avenger, the big pickup of back half of Sylph, as well as all this XP that is rolling in here. But nothing in the way of progression so far, as CNC does down the Leviathan.
We're getting all this experience and levels.
Yep. Lightsaber. Magma Key. Well, okay, so the good news is that top of Lower Babel is an objective. So Possum is not going to miss that Magma Key.
Yeah, and it comes down to the question of where the gauntlet is, or darkness is.
Yeah. Well, no progression in the Poison Treasury, but oh baby, that's a Crystal Venger ready to go here.
Yeah, Possum's got the big sticks.
Yeah, I mean, I assume CNC will be down there fairly quickly, as Possum is going to go pick up Toad Lady and most likely tap Sheila, or Yang for Sheila 1 access, as CNC is hitting eyeballs on the way down.
Yeah. What really hurts is if you find the tower key in one of the first two chests, because you have to walk back up.
Possum?
Oh no, Possum, no!
Possum, there's a Toad Lady chest back there.
Oh no!
Boy, we hope nothing's...
Oh,
no,
wait.
Possum is walking back. Possum,
Okay, he remembered.
Has realized that, wait a minute, all is not as it is, and that's a tower key in an eyeball chest, as CNC is headed back up the tower to go turn that in.
Yeah, nice thing about the tower key. Nice thing about doing the tower keys, you get put back into your the Enterprise.
Yes.
At that point, you never have to trade your airship again.
I mean, I wouldn't either. I did not see what Possum got out of that chest, but it was not key item. Oh, white shirt. Okay.
It's always a white shirt. If we miss it, it's always a white shirt.
I mean, Rose is ready to do all the healing ever here, as Edge has now acquired Crystal Venger status. Kane now has Spoon Dragon Whip. Possum says, I don't even care about Sheila 1. Get me out of here.
Oh yeah, he's going to do it once he does tower here is when he's going to go back up. Once he plays objective here at the top of tower. And from there, you have the option, you can check Dwarf 1 to see if it's a blue robe, and then be done with the underground.
Yeah, since we do know what Dwarf 2 is. I guess the biggest thing here is we still haven't found the Darkness Crystal.
Yeah. And it could be just about anywhere at this point. No place the camp is on the moon, of course, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Maybe it's on that accursed mountain.
Quite possibly. And there's a pass, which Possum picks up. CNC will be picking up. And, yeah, so Possum's going to get that tower key and at least get it on the way up. So going to pick up a little bit, and I just mean a little bit of time here. Not having to retrace steps back up the tower here.
So, with that pass in hand, that actually puts a possibility of not even having to go to the moon.
That's true. It does possibly devalue the Darkness Crystal. Again, Possum's going to head up, pick up that boss, find that does have the magma key up top, and then is going to also know that, Possum already has the Twin Harp in hand, as CNC will probably hit the Fame March freebie very soon here. Yeah, is headed that way right now. Both runners will be at 4 objectives very quickly here. Yeah,
so it seems to turn out we got a Luca key from that tower key.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a spicy thing. You can check the item, reset out if it's nothing, but you might want to still check that boss there because you're still looking for that All Gauntlet.
Yep, I will be right back in just a moment here.
Looks like CNC's gonna. Does he check the freebie first? Nope, goes straight to the Warriors. Possum taking on the Antline here. Doesn't even have to press any buttons of that crystal event or edge just going to work. I want to make a quick shout out here as the runners are tracing over each other's steps here. Give a shout out to NG Dave, Restreamer, go ahead and follow him. Give him Lock Art Tracker, pressing all those buttons. My co-commentator, Night Dew. And of course, both these runners, Possumorpheus and Copies of Chocobo. They're putting on the show, and we couldn't do this without these runners. These people behind the scenes to do this. And CNC's about to get his Twin Harp, and then we'll check the bosses, and he has a hard choice. Do I do Sylph, or do I do the, some say correct thing of do your objectives? We see Ether 2 here, and he buys 20. That's a hefty stack of Ether 2s. I guess he's in the mindset of, I don't need camping gear. I got Rosa. Ether 2s are a camping gear equivalent. Yeah.
Alright, some small apologies. I was happy to at least get that done while our runners were retracing steps there, so didn't miss anything at least.
Yeah, Copies got picked up, the Warriors chest and the freebie, and then picked up 20 Ether 2s that were in the Fame Art shop.
And hey, those are just as good as camping gear there, because again, Ether 2s, I don't think Possum did check that there, but yeah, at that point, that's just as good as cabins, and possibly a little bit better, just because, hey, now you don't have to even resurrect your anchor.
Yeah. Possum did do the tower key in order to check on the ant line. So when he leaves here, he'll be greeted with that Luca key. And he has the Palom for warping out if it's a key item that is necessary down there.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised CNC went back up. So CNC's probably headed straight to take up that Twin Harp. At one point it is, at this point, do your objectives. Although, given that Luke key is just so checkable, I guess is the best word for it there. You could go in, you can get that information, and if it's good, you can stay. If it's bad, you warp, you reset out. You know, it's just not much is really lost out of that, and I would actually expect Possum to go check that Luca key, potentially even before going to Harp here. The other thing is, let's say Luca just happens to be, Gauntlet into Darkness Crystal. That's go mode.
Yeah. I don't know if Palom has warp for CNC.
Yeah,
Possum. So spend a minute walking down there and a minute walking back.
Yeah, Possum is up the Poison Treasury right now. Possum making a liar out of me by going straight to the blue planet. Is probably going to do the same thing in terms of just dropping in that Magma Key and probably just going to do Twin Harp after that.
Yeah, it's hard to say. He may feel a little bit behind with self being nothing of value. So may want to, hedge his bets, so to speak, and go, okay, well, I need to make some fades. Let's fade Dwarf and Luca, do our objectives, and see if we can't feel like I'm back into this race.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's not even... Possum isn't all that far behind, and I would actually expect CNC to go back and hit the Poison Treasury eventually. So I would like to not drink the Trojan water at this time. Let's just say that.
And just a crystal helm, so nothing of value here at the besides an objective.
Yeah, just an objective here. So now both our runners are kind of faced with very similar decisions here. As I get to talk before the music comes back on here again. CNC having a little bit of extra to consider in terms of the Poison Treasury. Possum still has Baron on the table, though as you said, Possum is pretty big on, not going to Baron. CNC gonna do the full defense. CNC has not done Sheila 1, if I recall, correct?
Yeah, he is not.
Okay.
Possum through that Twin Harp fairly quickly, and just a ninja sword from Verbal, so no value there.
Yeah, and CNC committing to this overworld here, going up the accursed mountain. Though again, with no gauntlets seen, 3 boss checks are 3 boss checks at this point.
Yeah, and deciding, not to do self or key item checks and just going, I want to find the boss. I want to limit my boss pool here, and well, King Queen Elven's not something you want to see early on. It's a free fight that, right now, a free location for any boss.
Yeah, free fight and free spot is definitely not a thing. Possum, they seem to be on the same wavelength here, as Possum is now sitting in front. The thing is, I cannot remember. I know Possum turned around. I don't think Possum talked to Young. So
Possum
even
did
then,
talk to Yang.
Possum did talk to Young. Okay, so
Yeah.
Sheila 1 is in play for Possum.
Yeah, Possum talked to Yang and then realized I still have yet to do the Toad Lady. Went back to Toad Lady, then exited out.
Okay.
So he'll be able to do Sheila 1 here. Back attack Baigen. I mean, early on it is scary, but with the party we have now, it's not scary at all.
1 Quake and done.
And does the Accursed Mountain have any value up here? Or is it Dwarf or Luca? Is where our progression's going to be. Or this Sheila 1, of course.
It's not the Accursed Mountain, maybe, here. Oh, no, just dolls. The Accursed Mountain is cursed.
Let's see what Sheila 1 gives us here. We just get the item checks back to back. Just an Aribo.
Wow, Sheila 1 does not have the goods. CNC going to Sylph, I would guess, is going to clean the whole thing out, which is going to give Possum a bit of time back. Yeah, is going to the backside here. Possum is... I swear, do these two compare notes, or...
When you're at the high level gameplay that both of these runners at, and they've raced before, and they know each other, you're at this point you're just playing your game. You're trying to counter what your opponent's doing, what you know how your opponent's going to run. You try to put that in, and yeah, it can look like doing the exact same things because, well, if my opponent's going to be doing this, I need to do it too to catch up.
Yeah, CNC did wait for that 10 key item thing there. Now, mind you, Possum did get plenty of XP out there, so even 10 key items is going to be a minor buff headed to the moon, but really not that much as Possum steamrolls over the first portion of this. And even, with a little bit of that, Possum has been holding that, Crystal X-Scowl for just a little bit. Oh, that CNC hasn't had yet, so there's also that.
Yeah. As I mentioned, levels can always be finalized later. At this point, with the camps we have, Moon is more than likely going to be required at this point. And so we can definitely get, maybe some of the trap chests on the Moon, maybe some of the altars. We can get our last bit of levels that we would want to have to make sure Zia's 100% completely free, even though he's normally not free.
Yep. So Possum's really hoping Possum doesn't give back time at Baron at this point. So the question here is, after Possum sees dolls, says no thanks, does lift back up over at Fabul here. Where is Possum going, and why should it be? Okay, Possum's heading back underground here. Gonna stop at Dwarf before... Yeah, gonna stop at Dwarf before going to Luca here.
Yeah, it's a boss you haven't seen yet. The second one. It's a lot... I'd say it's a lot faster than doing Luca, considering the amount of information we have. And, yeah, just some guards. Well... Man, this race has been back and forth this entire time.
Yeah, I would say minor edge to Possum, especially if CNC goes back to check that Sheila 1, given that we know that it is absolutely nothing there. Officer Soldier, we can kind of leave it here. No threat whatsoever. But hey, we'll get full XP out of it at least.
Yeah. I mean, there's not that much experience here anyways.
I mean, 21k doubled isn't terrible.
Yeah, that's not. Which duplicate are we gonna see here?
Oh,
Nope.
Cecil wants back into the party. Possum says no thank you.
Yeah, so the CNC check Sheila 1, since it's technically faster. Yeah. But it does make a save point to reset out to be able to check Dwarf and Luca after he gets the knowledge of it's just an Artie.
Possum, about that virus there. When your Berserker kills the person you didn't want them to kill, and Rosa pays the price for it.
It's fine. It's not like the Quack Kid was completely going to take out the rest of the party.
No, he wasn't casting Quake, but Quake wouldn't have got reflected anyway. CNC finding the bad news that Sheila did not have the goods here, as Possum is about to see if last location is a thing. Okay, so CNC is headed over to Dwarf, so both of them saving Luca to last check here. The other question here is this darkness here? If it is, I don't see either. Yeah, that's darkness crystal. Okay.
That's darkness. I can see Possum here checking Luca before heading to the moon. Hasn't done Baron yet, but I can definitely see him going to Luca first.
I can see both of them doing it there. Possum does not, is headed straight for the moon, which is fine.
Well,
oh no. Oh no. Oh, hasn't checked the Miss Cave and or hasn't gotta get those two checks out of the way here.
Just when you think you know someone.
Okay, that was water hack there.
Yeah, with the knowledge of, the Possum not checking here, checking these two boss spots up here, it's understandable why fading Luca. Oh yeah, there's another scoop of vanilla.
Yeah.
I thought I saw another scoop.
Oh, between that and Cagnazzo, and that's about it, really. But okay,
two scoops in the French vanilla,
So Possum is going to be first to the moon by probably less than a minute. Do remember that Possum is about 15 seconds ahead in terms of when we started this. So yeah, I would say, again, Possum probably no more than a minute ahead going to the moon, but is ahead. Assuming CNC goes straight there and doesn't give us a check of Luca.
Yeah, that's where it comes down to is, where you decide to make your choices, and Luca's one of the bigger choices in this race.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like you're giving, like maybe a minute and a half of the whole run down there and check the boss just in case, it happens to be Gauntlet. But it's also one of those things where if it comes up, you probably won the seed at that point too. And not guaranteed, but anyway, Possum is headed straight to the moon. Of note, is not going to check the eyeball. No last arm here.
Possum's been one, and I think he's talked about it in voice channels here. He's going to go straight to the moon first, and he'll go back to the giant later. He'll check the hairdryer's chest, check cave value, and then go to last arm and the element spot.
Sure.
Because you have to think you're checking for a potential another double required location here. If Gauntlet's here at, K value, you don't even have to go to the Giant and save some time there.
True enough, yeah.
I don't know. CNC doing the same thing of gonna fade that Luca. Is Luca gonna be the answer and be last location for both our runners?
I mean, it could be, but just a Lunar Sparkle here, so that's Ogopogo, okay, so it is Ogopogo, which is great. We have Dragon Whip, we have Crystal Avenger. Yeah, this should not be a problem.
Well, Dragon Whip's not gonna help so much with the Nope Noodle.
Oh, true. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking he had.
Probably thinking in your head of what bosses are still available for Lunar Altars, and Wyvern's one of them.
Uh-huh.
Because we only have Wyvern and Ogopogo at this point. Yeah.
Rosa continues to get no XP here. But the blink is exactly what Edge needed to continue on. So Possum first to 5 out of 6 here.
That's a nice item. Would have been great to be able to have some more survivability in this fight for physical hits, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate a Protect Ring. In most normal circumstances, I mean, it is completely defensive. There are no real offensive applications for it, but, here we are.
The question comes to my mind, you check the hairdryer's chest here. You have almost every single boss spot available to you except for package. You have the pass.
Are you in face check mode?
Yeah, are you in face check mode at this point? Do you just go do you bottom up or top down and check those lunar altars and narrow down where that gauntlet is?
Yeah, I definitely don't think I would be checking altars, or I wouldn't be. I think I'd be going top down. Dragoon Spear's definitely a thing there. But again, as you say, we have every boss spot available to us but one. Possum knows that he doesn't have, or he hasn't seen Baron yet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that would actually change his thoughts on things.
Well, looks like we're gonna go down to the lunar subterranean here. Gonna see the character is. We pretty much have our party here. We're not gonna trade anybody, And CNC following Possum. Straight to hairdryers next.
Yeah, I mean, that one's definitely a little more, I would believe that, Now, mind you, I have forgotten hairdryers in a race situation before. Not OMG, because I haven't really played OMG, but, yeah, I've definitely been at a place where, yes, I have forgotten the hairdryers, and yes, it has costed me, so...
So Possum saving here before checking, I'm assuming going to be the Murasame altar. Might check if it's gauntlet. Maybe depending on the fight, may reset out and just be in face check mode at this point.
Yeah, I guess he could get spicy and check the Warlock Kari fight on the way, but no, it definitely is not doing that. Yeah, as you said, he just very well could be in face check mode this time, knowing that a gauntlet would pretty much be the remainder of his grind anyway.
Especially if it's here on Lunar Altar. Because, at this point you're looking for one key item.
And there it is!
Wow! Okay, well, here's the rest of our levels and go mode.
Does CNC follow suit here?
That's the question. Is CNC a top-down or a bottom-up person when face checking? Me personally, I'm one. I want the density of bosses, so I want the 3 down at the bottom and of course the sword. So we'll see what CNC does here. Maybe check some trap chests on the way down, trying to spike that admin rock. But looks to be going
Same way, yeah. And I would expect both of these runners, honestly. I would assume both of them are immediately just going to exit right out, head straight to Troya, and pull Z. I don't really see... Okay, CNC does take the Warlock and Kari fight.
Yeah, and if the Abbott Rog's here, that gives CNC a bit of a lead.
It really does. It would actually put Possum back in the level lead, because Possum's getting all the stuff on this gauntlet. Just an Excal, just he says, but really it's just an Excal at this point.
Yeah, we've got enough gear here. Excal is not... It's a minor upgrade, put it that way.
Oh yeah.
And CNC's greeted by the alt gauntlet. It's a different party order than Possum, so it might take him a little bit longer to get through these fights.
I believe that was fight 4 for Possum. CNC on fight 1, going into fight 2.
I mean, utilizing Quake to get through some of these encounters just a little tad bit faster.
I
so.
know Possum did it on one of them. I'm kind of surprised he didn't maybe try to throw a life pot there, but eh.
Rose is going to have more than 2200 HP. Everybody else got around 3k. You're not worried about a life glitch on a Gold Dragon fight. And we have our crystal. Is the rock here too? Nope.
No, just a package. We'll have to wait till the after game report to see where the rock was sitting. I'm gonna say it was in Luca just to be silly.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat here. Like, it's gonna be in Luca. But Possum exiting out knows that the walk down is slower than just going back to Earth and using that pass that's in hand.
Yeah, and then mind you, I did time a walk at one point in time, and with a reasonable path, I found that from launching the whale, not just, being on the move, but from launching the whale all the way down to the LST-7 save point was roughly about 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
Now, looks like chat might be a little tired like you are, yawning.
Alright, nap time. It is great. I will see you all again. Though that bed is calling me. Oh wait, that's not right. Let's see. Insert checklistmas, something like that. Here. About 37 different questions. But Tibble, where am I going with this?
It's Zeromus, the final boss. He's too powerful for us to randomize, even though I really do wish we could stick him at, like a trap chest. Just stick him there in Evelyn or a Flame Dog. That'd be great.
I mean,
but since we can't...
we stuck him in Witchburn once, but, they didn't like that.
Yeah, so since we can't move him around, what we decided to do is we change who he is. So he's in a bit of a costume. The biggest question we always ask is, whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
And can we raid his costume closet? Because seriously.
Yeah, man, he's got a whole list of them. But then, of course, we also have to ask the arbitrary question, is it cute? Does it have a hat? Can it do my taxes?
Okay, after the end of the year, I'm gonna shut down the taxes question because it's gonna be that season for me, and I'll be like, he needs to do my taxes right now. Okay, I'd rather do my own, but you know how this is.
Oh, yeah. And we have... Oh, it's Mew!
Ew, yeah, I want to say this was one of the 100-some originals.
So definitely a cute butt. CNC following suit here.
Yeah, Possum doing roughly about... okay, the first one was a little bit of a high roll, but is doing roughly about 12 to 14 around here, so yeah, that's kind of silly. We're not going to zero Big Bang this, but
He's not even going to take the time to take the counter nuke. He's just doing, as some say, action economy.
Yeah, probably
just
gonna
let your Zerkers go.
Yeah, I'm not even sure he's really gonna cast Cure 4. Might have thrown one Zerk and Controller down here. Yeah, that we will not see another action from Z here.
Yeah, this is high level gameplay here. Knowing your HP totals on Zeromus, and just knowing when you need to be able to heal or not. And after seeing some of those damage totals, knows that he needs to get a heal out here to be able to survive a Meteor or a secondary Big Bang.
I'm quite surprised we are possibly in line seeing another one here, but well, yeah, it is a Meteor, and did need that here, but rocks before True Form comes out here, so yeah, that should be one more swing. Oh no, not even the one more swing, that's it. GG, Possum very much likely sending us to game 3 here with a what looks to be official time of 108.25.
GG to Possum, and with that little ding in our ears, we have Possum joined with us here. GG's Possum.
GG's. Very well done to CNC. We talked afterwards, and it seems like he still outchecked me on this, so still work to be done. I just made the right fade, which was Baron today, so heck of a race. Glad to push it to game 3, but yeah. He is one really good runner of this game.
Yeah, the biggest thing actually was the opening loot, of all things. As it came down, you know, the usual everybody goes to Evelyn play was subverted by going straight to Baron, seeing that Golbez, saying I didn't want any part of that, but finding, had the Baron key and that money kit, did purchase a few Black Belt keys with an Earth Hammer right off the get, and catapulted him into that edge very early there, so, yeah, as opposed to you just kind of doing the common, you know, Evelyn play, which is kind of the tournament standard here. It was kind of interesting to see something else just kind of happen at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I know that CNC has done the Baron opener before. It's not the first time he's done it, and I'm sure won't be the last. And with a Baron key, it's even more impetus with the money kit if it does hit, because I think we started with 33k. An Earth Hammer, Black Belt, you can buy him up. It makes a lot of sense. I still think, for me, it's a gamble play, and I generally tend to avoid gamble plays. I try to go purely odds driven, and the odds of any one item being in a shop, even a gated shop, is pretty low. If I was going to do that, I'd also then be kind of beholden to checking like hook shops right away when I got them also, and I don't know, just not something I like to do, but I love the divergence. I'm sure it made for a fantastic show. And, you know, excited to watch this one back as well.
Yeah, it kind of set the theme.
See what happens.
Yeah, it kind of set the theme of you two just crisscrossing and following each other's footsteps entirely. I would say for roughly about 80 to 90% of the seed was one of you just doing what the other had immediately just done.
I mean, makes sense. I know that I give high praise to CNC, but I know I'm no slouch either. So, like I said, still work to be done. But if the first two games are any indication, given not only how close they were, but also just the overall times, probably expect about the same for the third one too.
Also, Tybalt, I hear that laugh because
Yep.
we called it.
Yes, we
just
did.
saw it coming through. The adamant rock was indeed in Luca Cave.
That would have saved some time.
I was wondering, like, was Luca ever on your mind to kind of finalize the underground with the boss check and the Kiev check down there after you'd finished Dwarf?
No. Once I got the Darkness Crystal, there's just too much to do. Basically, the plan was go do Cave Bahamut and see if it's a dirty double with Gauntlet and Value Cave. Then do Hairdryers to try to spike a Magma Key. I don't remember which order I did them in, honestly. And then just check altars. Go hard into the Gauntlet side. And then if the Moon doesn't pay off, hit the Giant. Go for the last arm on the way. Then eventually circle back to Baron and Luca.
So you were in face check mode at that time then?
Yeah, I mean, face check with the Hairdryers.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Or, the last arm because it's on the way and it's like a one-shot. So it's pretty much face check mode.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. You weren't going to check. Like, we saw CNC check the Carry Warlock chest all the way to the Murasame altar. Doing like little checks like that wasn't even on your radar once you just passed by.
Well, we kind of talked about that afterwards, and quite simply, it comes down to I don't trust Off-Slot Stone. God bless those that do, but for those who have seen me race and heard me complain, if there is one spell that I don't get along with in this game, it is Off-Slot Stone.
We have heard that before, yes.
Yeah.
Just a tad. I mean, definitely a heck of a race. Great show on tonight. So we have a game 3 going on. When's game 3 going to be happening?
It was originally going to be tomorrow. We have, however, rescheduled to Friday. So it will be Friday at this same time, 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. We're going to go with the West Coast, Best Coast first, 11 Eastern. So same time, just a different day. So apologies to those who, we're expecting a race tomorrow. At this time, it is going to be pushed back one day, but that will be game 3.
All right. Well, I don't have any other questions for Possum. Do you, Night Dude?
No, I think we got everything that I can hear. I do want to also, again, wish CNC a extremely well-played game. Did finish within just like at 2 minutes there. We will not be having an interview from CNC tonight, so I will just wish you a very good luck in an excellent game 3 that follows pretty much these first 2 here. So that we do, but also note here that if I'm looking at this correctly, we have a morning free enterprise, as game 1 for Pankrazin and Phineas starts at 10 a.m. Eastern. Yes, that's a.m. So we do have some morning free enterprise tomorrow morning.
Something to wake up to tomorrow.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're gonna have more than one. I know that they have some scheduling issues based on work and all that. So I don't think there might be more than one, but I don't know what's going on with that. But again, 2 other excellent runners, and hey, go ahead and if you can find your time around during work, or hey, you can watch during work, or hey, you don't even have to work during that point in time. Give it a watch.
Yeah, looks like our other race going on tomorrow is going to be John Burkhead versus Isaac for game 2. Let me double check the time on that race.
I believe we're looking at 9:30 Eastern PM on that one here.
Yeah. What? I mean, it's that time. We're tired. It's time to end the show for tonight.
Indeed, the bed it calls. But yeah, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I might try to poke my head in there. I know I'll be working, but Yeah, for everybody on Free Enterprise, I believe we are just headed out, and we will see you tomorrow here.
Come on, have a great night, and have a good one, everybody.